Nick Eppenblock with Great Plains Service, and welcome back to the product maintenance video series. I'm here with one of our liquid fertilizer systems used on our Yield Pro planters. These pumps are filled with 90-weight gear oil. To check the pump for oil, we can simply remove the level plug on the back. If oil begins to seep out of the plug, then we know it's full. If we need to add oil to this pump, we'll do it here at the fill plug. There are 4 grease zerks located on this pump. The proper way to grease it is to fill each grease zerk up until grease begins to seep between the parts. There are also 2 ground drive chains located on this pump, and we need to ensure proper tension. These few things I just covered we need to check on a daily basis to ensure that this pump is functioning properly. This ground drive pump is equipped with a tire, and we need to ensure proper inflation. If the tire is not properly inflated, it can affect the overall performance of the pump. Once we've done our daily inspection and made sure our tire is full, then we can start setting this fertilizer rate on the pump. To do so, we need to reference our material rate manual, and it'll tell us whether or not we need a high range or a low range sprocket and what stroke we need to set our pump to. Once we get our high or low range sprocket installed, then we can adjust the pump by using the provided wrench by loosening the nut and then adjusting the stroke. Once the stroke is properly adjusted, we'll re-tighten the nut, and now the overall rate is set. Now that we have the overall fertilizer rate set, we need to ensure each individual row gets the same amount of fertilizer. To do so, we use a wet boom, orifice, and pressure gauge. We'll need to reference our material rate manual to ensure that the correct orifice is installed and that we have adequate boom pressure. If our boom pressure exceeds what the material rate recommends, then we may either have a plugged orifice or too small of an orifice. If our boom pressure is below what the material rate recommends, we may have a supply problem or too large of an orifice. Once the system has been set, we need to adjust our relief valve. To do so, we'll back it completely out and then screw it into full revolutions. When going through the field, if our boom pressure is between 20 and 60 psi, but also matching what the material rate recommends, and you see fertilizer exiting the system, we can adjust the relief valve an additional quarter of a turn. And we'll continue to do that until no more fertilizer exits the system. When the planter is done for the season, we need to flush the fertilizer system out as soon as possible. To do so, we recommend using clean water. Once the system has been flushed, we'll drain all the excess water out. Then take 10 gallons of RV antifreeze, set our pump stroke to 10, and run the pump until we see RV antifreeze exit out the back of the planter. When we bring the planter back out in the spring, we'll need to flush all that RV antifreeze out using clean water again. But this time, while flushing the system, we need to observe for any leaks or cracks. If a problem is found, as always, we recommend using Great Plains OEM Fresh Start parts to ensure the same quality goes back into the planter as it did when it left the factory.